Kim and Marla. We're going to be talking about today the short film Mildred for a Million. And I gotta say, I extremely enjoyed it. Um, Even though I am not part of the elderly community yet, but the message behind the film is so empowering, and it got myself thinking of like how young people or toddlers like my son sometimes let technology run their life and forget about the people around them. Starting off with that, I wanted to ask you, Kim, being the director and the writer, what inspired you to bring this story to fruition?
Well, as I was just saying, I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and they're not allowed to have be on the tablet yet, except like on an airplane. They can do it. But you do see kids more and more in their phones. You see adults buried in their phone. I'm buried in my phone. We're all a little distracted these days, I feel like. And I have a real grandma, Mildred, who's the one that the name of the movie came from, and she's still alive. So is my grandfather. I'm very lucky to have them both still alive, and they're my children's great grandparents. So just visiting them and the fleeting time that we have with them while the kids are running around and there are all these distractions just made me, it just, touched something in me, and made me want to explore the subject and then also have fun with it and, have humor as well as the bummer part.
And Marla, what inspired you to play the role of Mildred?
Well, I'm a great grandmother myself. My great granddaughter is a little older. She just went to college. But the time I wanted to spend with her is like the time Mildred wanted to spend with
Stella.
With Stella.
Yeah.
So I think the emotions are the same no matter what age.
Okay. And this would be a question for both of you. Were there any challenges while filming? You, Kim, as the director, and I imagine that you're all over the place, running through side to side, and you as well, Marla, as the actress of the film. Were there any challenges while making this happen?
No, the only challenge I had was really I like taking care of myself, and generally people get to thinking you got to have help. They want to take your arm. They want to do this and they want to do that. It annoys me. I don't like that, but I can't stop them. They do it constantly. The hands on my back or somewhere. They're trying to. And I said, let me do what I can while I can. You understand? When I can't do it, it's another thing. But you see me trying to do something, just let me do it.
How about for yourself, Kim?
When we're doing on set, when I'm doing Days of Our Lives or either anyone, when I get ready to get in the car, they have a handle up there. I grab that handle and I swing myself into the car. But everybody wants to pick me up. And I want to pop them, but I appreciate they try to help me. At least one day I'll appreciate it.
I got that vibe, but I hadn't heard you say it in those terms. And now I feel kind of bad because I was one of those people concerned for you. But that was because I, who am either 13 years older or 50 years younger, however you want to put it, because she's really 30. I was exhausted the entire time, these long days, the stress that, we had kids on set, we got to get in and out. It's a lot. So I was so tired that I'm like, she has to be so tired. Like, I want to help, but she is amazing. She works out twice a week with a trainer. She's like, it's just, she's 30. She's 30 years old. So I don't know why I was trying to help somebody younger than me.
And another question for both of you. Is there any moment of the film that you go back to it constantly and be like, yeah, this happened on set, and it's just great that it happened?
There was so many fun moments. I mean, that day at Vaughn's was pretty fun. I mean, so when we shot the grocery store scene, when she takes the scooter without permission from the store, not stealing, just taking it without permission. That is Marla's neighborhood grocery store where everybody knows her everywhere, but at that grocery store, she's the boss. And so we had met there and for our first meeting, and it was just super fun to shoot somewhere that she goes all the time. And then she's riding around, she's in her sunglasses, and that was just a really fun day. And it was the last day of principal photography. So that was also a lot of, we got a lot of the harder stuff out of the way. So that was maybe one of my favorites, and then seeing you do the monologue and all of those really dramatic moments, like, and the ending beat in the kitchen. I mean, I was crying. Everybody was looking at each other, just choked up, and so I talked enough. What about you?
You don't talk too much.
So, I want to ask Marla a question. Marla, you've been in this career for so long. I remember you from the show The Jeffersons, and I know that I look young, but when you have a parent that loves bringing you back to those classic shows, you remember faces. And as soon as I started watching the short film, I was like, I've seen her before, but I don't remember. And then when I started digging, I'm like, now I remember, And you were in one episode of one of my favorite shows, is Young Sheldon, and in between other shows as well. What keeps you going to continue growing your career, and being such I would say myself, being a veteran in this world of entertainment?
Well, once you decide to be 30, just keep reminding yourself, you're 30, get over it. You're 30, get up. You're 30, act like it. That keeps me on point.
Okay.
Those don't think about anything but what they want to do. They don't think about age or what time it is, because God says we're spiritual beings as well as physical. As spiritual beings, we don't have a time and we don't have an age. So I choose to vibrate on 30.
Amazing. Those are amazing words. Wow. And Kim, I did as well my research with your work, and you've worked mostly like in certain like shows and a lot of short films. What would be your goal for yourself as a director? Do you want to be able to direct like a big budget film, or be part of like I would say those directors that lean in more to like A24 style films? What would be your goals as a director, being the fact that this film shows that you have a lot of talent and a good eye for storytelling?
Oh, thank you for saying that. It doesn't have to be a big budget per se. I would just love to work on something that everyone is paid really well. We're not having to, bring props from our house, and it wasn't really that. But you dig in Marla's wardrobe for some of the stuff. No, but it was, we were funded. We had investors, and I'm very, very grateful. Could not have done it without those people. But we weren't to the level of being able to pay everyone to scale, as far as crew and things like that. So that just being able to have an opportunity to pay everyone really well, and tell more stories. In short form, long form, I would love to do a feature. Some people suggested making a series out of this last night. I would love that. I would love to do more with Marla. And I have a lot of ideas brewing and projects to pitch. And
she has great instincts.
Well,
No, I agree. I completely agree. Yes, I agree. Now, saying what you mentioned, Kim, the fact about the series, because one of my questions was going to be if we are going to continue seeing or might see Mildred once again, because again, the ending of the film is so open to like a great future for this character. Let it be a series or let it be another short film just to like end ties on like the connection with Mildred and the granddaughter. But will there be a chance to see Mildred once again? And Marla, would you be willing to play Mildred once again?
Well, of course I would. And did you see my great granddaughter Stella last night?
Oh, I don't think he.
No,
no, he's in Puerto Rico. But
no, I'm in Puerto Rico. I saw it digitally.
He watched the screener, right?
Yeah.
He watched the screener.
Yeah, well, she was good in the movie.
Yeah, she was fantastic. Gabriella, incredible little actress. Gabriella Genesis Sweetron.
Mm-hmm.
But I would absolutely do more with this character, with the story. I personally think that the second act, where it's all the TikTok montage kind of stuff, where she tries all the things, cooking, unboxing, all of those could be sequences in a feature. It doesn't have to just be a montage. These are all, individual story beats, and she can have interactions with different people along the way. She could go up and down emotionally with getting followers, losing followers, like getting too involved and, tied up like almost like teen angst, in the social media and what people think. And there can be a lot of, we've seen her go to these emotional depths. So I think it could be a really cool feature. I also think it's a fun, repeatable format for a series too. Like she's trying something different every episode, or she does get famous and what happened then. And there's a lot of ways you could go with it. Absolutely. I have lots of ideas. And
that'd be great.
Want to work with you anytime.
And I wanted to ask you both, being the fact that we have two different perspectives, we have an actress and we have a director, an independent film director and writer. What advice would you give to the people that want to go into this space? Because I know myself a couple of independent directors and independent actors as well, and they have their points of view. But what would be advice that you would give to these new generations that are coming up that want to be on this space? Let it be acting or let it be directing and writing.
The same, the same for anything. If you want to do something, you have to learn about it first. And you got to take the time to figure out how to do it. Whether you do plays or get in workshops. I started in a workshop, then I started doing plays, and then I did TV. And TV was just like the stage. Really, we had a live audience. You had blocking, you had everything you have in theater, except the play.
Residuals.
True. How about for yourself, Kim? Is there any advice that you would give a fellow independent creator, writer, or somebody that just wants to, grab a camera and make a short film?
I would say, she has the best advice, clearly, because she's the most but I would say, don't be too precious about any one project. That doesn't mean don't give a project everything you have when you have that opportunity. But I found myself along the way forcing a lot of things and getting too wrapped up. Like I've written, 5-6 terrible feature-length screenplays and thinking, oh, this is the one, and you shouldn't have to force it. At a certain point, if it's right and it's good and other people respond to it, it'll flow and it'll happen. And so and you're not going to write something good the first time, keep writing, keep doing it. Like, just don't be so, oh, this is the only thing I'm ever going to come up with. It's the only idea. If it is, then do something else. Like, don't spend your life stressing, It's really hard. It's really hard to do this. I'm exhausted. So only do it. Only do it if you can't be happy doing anything else, I guess.
She doesn't sound like she's exhausted, does she?
No. Hey, no worries, no worries. I'm running in coffee as well.
Yeah, you are. You're a dad of a 2-year-old with them in the room. That's great.
Yes. And what would be, if you could describe this film with one word, what would it be?
I'm sorry. I missed that.
Okay. So my final question for both of you today is, if you could describe Mildred for a Million with one word, what would it be?
Just for me, one word.
One word.
I'm
One word.
anxious.
Okay.
Poignant.
Okay.
I was going to say heartwarming, but it's sad too. I don't know. It's funny and sad. Do I say funny and sad?
I get everybody with this question. Like, they always tell me, like, can it be 2 words instead? No, 1 word.
I have 1 word, Marla.
Okay. I completely agree with everything that you both have said. And thank you very much for giving us the time to talk about the film. And I hope to see you both maybe in another film or another press day. And thank you very much for both of you to giving us the time.
Well, we hope you see us too.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
John.